Hello and welcome, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history that you may not know is worth a fortune. We're talking about the United States quarter dollar from 1970. At first glance, this may seem like just another coin in circulation, but what if I told you that a single 1970 quarter dollar could be worth a lot more than you expect? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at the value of this coin. The 1970 quarter dollar is often overlooked in coin collections, but it actually has a special place in American numismatic history. To understand why this particular coin is so valuable, we need to look at the circumstances surrounding its mintage. The U.S. Mint produced these quarters during a time of significant economic change. In 1970, the country was transitioning from the end of the Vietnam War, and inflation was starting to become a concern. While the country was experiencing changes, the mint continued to produce coins, including the quarter dollar, for general circulation. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1970 quarter dollar stand out? The key lies in a rare minting error that occurred during production. Though these coins were minted in large numbers, a small number of them were struck incorrectly, making them a highly sought-after item for collectors. These error coins are part of the reason why the 1970 quarter dollar can command such a high price on the market today. So, let's take a closer look at the design. The 1970 quarter dollar features a classic design that has been a staple of U.S. currency for decades. On the obverse side, you'll find the famous portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. His image, designed by John Flanagan, has graced the quarter for much of the 20th century, and it continues to be an iconic representation of American history. On the reverse side, the quarter displays an eagle, clutching an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and military strength. This timeless design represents the United States' ideals of freedom and resilience, with the eagle serving as a reminder of the nation's strength. This design is iconic, and it's no wonder that so many collectors seek these coins, not just for their value but for their historical and symbolic importance. But here's where things get really interesting. While most 1970 quarter dollars were produced without any issues, a few rare error coins slipped through the cracks. Some of these error coins have unique characteristics that set them apart from standard production coins. These could include double dies, where the design is imprinted more than once on the coin, or they could feature other rare minting flaws that make them unique and highly valuable. Error coins are incredibly desirable to collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest. They are not mass-produced, and the mistakes made during the minting process make them highly rare. For collectors who specialize in error coins, finding a 1970 quarter dollar with an unusual feature is like finding a hidden treasure. But the value doesn't stop there. Condition is also crucial in determining how much a 1970 quarter dollar can be worth. Coins that are well preserved, especially those that have never been in circulation, can be worth significantly more than those that show signs of wear. When a coin is kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, dents, and discoloration, its value increases dramatically. That's why collectors will often go to great lengths to find 1970 quarter dollars that have been carefully stored and protected. A mint-state coin, one that's never been touched by hands or been in circulation, will always fetch a higher price than a worn or damaged coin. And now, you might be thinking, what's the exact value of a 1970 quarter dollar? Well, if you happen to have one of these rare error coins, or if you find a well-preserved, mint condition 1970 quarter dollar, you could be holding on to something truly special. In fact, some of these coins have sold for an astounding price. Are you ready for it? The value of a rare, well-preserved 1970 quarter dollar can reach as high as $85,000. That's right, $85,000. Who knew that a simple quarter from 1970 could hold such incredible value? So, if you have a collection of coins or if you come across a 1970 quarter dollar, it might be worth taking a closer look. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The key takeaway here is that rare coins, especially those with minting errors or in pristine condition, can be incredibly valuable. Collectors are always looking for that hidden gem, and if you have the right coin, you could be holding something worth far more than its face value. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the hidden value of the 1970 quarter dollar. Top 2 1971 today. We're going to be talking about a coin that's more than just pocket change. It's a piece of American history that could be worth a lot more than you think. If you've ever stumbled across a 1971 United States quarter dollar, you might want to take a closer look, because this little coin could be hiding a treasure. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed by how much this coin could be worth. Let's take a trip back to 1971. The United States was going through a time of transition, both socially and economically. The country was dealing with inflation, and the world was witnessing rapid technological advancements. Amidst all of this, the U.S. Mint was busy producing the coins that would carry the weight of the nation's economy. The quarter dollar from 1971 was part of that important coinage. While the design remained largely the same, there were some notable changes during this time that would eventually contribute to the value of certain 1971 quarters. One of the most interesting things about the 1971 quarter dollar is that, despite being a common coin in circulation, it has a unique place in numismatic history. You see, the 1971 quarter was produced during a time when the United States Mint had just begun its efforts to modernize its production processes. The Mint was working to meet the growing demand for coins as the U.S. population expanded and more coins were needed for everyday transactions. However, amid these large-scale minting efforts, some interesting anomalies occurred, errors that would go on to make certain coins highly valuable to collectors. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 1971 quarter dollar so special? Well, like many coins from the era, most 1971 quarters were minted with the standard design featuring George Washington on the front and the majestic eagle on the back. But here's where things get interesting. While most of these quarters were produced without any issues, some of them slipped through the cracks with minting errors, which is where the real value lies. The errors we're talking about here are known as double dies, coins where the design was struck more than once, causing an overlap of the images on the coin. These double dies make the coin visually distinctive and, in the eyes of collectors, incredibly valuable. The 1971 quarter dollar is one of the key coins that collectors look for when hunting for error coins. If you happen to find a double die 1971 quarter, you might be holding onto a rare and valuable piece of history, but it's not just about errors. Even a well-preserved, uncirculated 1971 quarter dollar can hold significant value, especially if it's been carefully stored and protected from the wear and tear of daily circulation. Coins that have remained in pristine condition, without scratches, dents, or discoloration, are always in high demand. And that's where collectors get excited. They're always on the lookout for coins in mint condition, and a 1971 quarter in top shape could fetch a pretty penny. It's important to note that the condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its worth. A worn or circulated 1971 quarter will likely be worth only its face value, 25 cents. But a quarter that has been stored properly, avoiding the damage that comes from being used in daily transactions, can be worth significantly more. So, if you come across a 1971 quarter that looks like it just came out of a fresh roll from the mint, you might want to take a second look. It could be worth a lot more than you think. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the exact value of a 1971 quarter dollar? Well, if you happen to find one with a double die error or in exceptional condition, you could be looking at a coin worth an eye-watering sum. Ready for the big reveal? The value of a rare 1971 quarter dollar can reach as high as $83,000. That's right, $83,000 for a single coin. It's amazing to think that a coin as simple as a quarter dollar from 1971 could hold such a massive value. It's a testament to how important small details and rare errors can be in the world of coin collecting. So, if you have a collection of coins or if you happen to stumble upon a 1971 quarter, take the time to examine it carefully. Check for any minting errors, look for signs of double dies, and assess its overall condition. It could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents, and you might have just found a hidden gem. Thank you for watching today's video on the 1971 United States quarter dollar. I hope this has sparked your curiosity about the fascinating world of rare coins. Top 3 1974 today, we're uncovering the hidden treasure that could be sitting in your collection right now. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1974 United States quarter dollar, a coin that might just be worth far more than its face value. You won't believe how much this small piece of American history could be worth. Stick with us through this video, and by the end, you'll know exactly why this 1974 quarter dollar is so highly sought after in the coin collecting community. Now, let's take a step back to 1974. The United States was going through some significant changes, not only politically but also in its economy. The Vietnam War was winding down, and the country was dealing with the effects of inflation and the energy crisis. But amidst these turbulent times, the U.S. Mint was busy producing the coins that would become the backbone of the nation's currency: quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. The 1974 quarter dollar, in particular, has become a favorite among collectors, though not for reasons you might expect. At first glance, the 1974 quarter dollar doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. The design is the same as it had been for decades: George Washington's profile on the front and the eagle on the back, clutching arrows, and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. This design has been a staple of U.S. coinage for many years, and while it's beautiful and iconic, it's not the design itself that makes the 1974 quarter dollar so special. So, what sets this coin apart from all the others? The real value lies in certain rare errors that occurred during the minting process. While the U.S. Mint was producing millions of 1974 quarters, some coins were struck incorrectly, either due to issues with the dies or other minting inconsistencies. These errors are what make this coin so valuable. Among the most sought-after 1974 quarters are those that have been struck with double dies or other minting irregularities. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, creating a noticeable overlap or doubling effect on the images on the coin. This can happen in several ways. Sometimes, it's a minor doubling, but in other cases, the doubling is so obvious that it makes the coin stand out. These double die errors are considered one of the most desirable mistakes in the coin collecting world. And if you happen to find a 1974 quarter with this error, you've found a highly coveted piece of numismatic history. But it's not just the errors that make these coins valuable. Condition plays a huge role in determining the worth of a 1974 quarter dollar. A coin that has remained in mint condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or damage, is far more valuable than a coin that has been heavily circulated. Collectors always seek out coins in the best condition because they are rarer and often considered more aesthetically pleasing. A 1974 quarter dollar that's been carefully preserved and stored in top-notch condition could be worth much more than its face value. Coins from this era, including the 1974 quarter dollar, were often used in daily transactions, so most of them show signs of wear. Finding one that has been kept in pristine condition is an accomplishment in itself. Whether it's been tucked away in a coin jar or carefully stored in a safe, a well-preserved 1974 quarter is a valuable find. And of course, if that coin also happens to feature a rare minting error, then it's truly a hidden gem. You might be wondering, what's the actual value of a 1974 quarter dollar? Well, if you have a quarter that's in excellent condition and happens to feature one of those rare minting errors, you could be in for quite a surprise. The value of these coins can go well beyond the standard 25 cents. In fact, a 1974 quarter dollar with the right features could be worth as much as $80,000, that's right, $80,000. A single 1974 quarter dollar, depending on its condition and any minting errors it may have, could be worth an astonishing sum. It's incredible to think that a coin that many people would simply overlook could be worth so much. So, if you have a stash of old coins or happen to find a 1974 quarter dollar, take a moment to examine it carefully. Look for any signs of minting errors, check its condition, and make sure to get it appraised if you think it might be in excellent shape. You could be holding onto a small fortune without even realizing it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. We hope this has sparked your interest in the 1974 quarter dollar and its hidden value. Top 4 1996 today. We've got something that might be hiding in your collection right now, a United States quarter dollar from 1996. At first glance, it might seem like a typical quarter, but trust me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick with us because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this 1996 quarter dollar could be worth. Let's rewind to 1996. The United States was going through a time of economic stability and prosperity, following the end of the Cold War and entering a period of booming tech innovation and growth. The U.S. Mint was actively producing coins, including the familiar quarter dollar. The 1996 quarter is one of those coins that has flown under the radar for many collectors, but that's about to change for you. This particular quarter, like most circulating coins, features the timeless design of George Washington on the obverse, which has been part of the U.S. quarter since 1932. The design by John Flanagan depicts Washington in a profile that's become synonymous with American currency. On the reverse, you'll find the eagle, a symbol of freedom and strength, grasping arrows, and an olive branch, representing the balance between military power and peace. The design is both simple and powerful, representing the values of the United States, but here's where it gets interesting. While the design of the 1996 quarter dollar didn't change, the coin has gained attention in the world of numismatics for a very specific reason: rarity and errors. Although millions of these quarters were produced, the story of the 1996 quarter dollar is tied to a few rare circumstances that make it valuable to collectors. For most of us, a quarter is just pocket change, but a small number of these coins contain errors or flaws that turn them into highly sought-after treasures. One of the key features that makes some of the 1996 quarters so valuable is the possibility of rare minting errors. These errors happen when the coins are struck incorrectly during the minting process, leading to unique characteristics that stand out. Some 1996 quarters have been found with double dies, where the design is imprinted more than once on the coin. This can create an overlap of images, making the coin visually distinct from others. Coins with this type of error are extremely desirable to collectors, and they can command a much higher price than a standard, error-free coin. In addition to the double die errors, there are other potential minting flaws that could make a 1996 quarter worth a small fortune. Coins with misaligned dies, die cracks, or other irregularities are also highly prized by collectors who specialize in finding these rare pieces. These minting mistakes are one of the reasons why the 1996 quarter has become so valuable, but it's not just about errors. Condition is another major factor that can dramatically increase the value of a 1996 quarter. Like most coins, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its worth. A coin that has been kept in pristine condition, one that's never been in circulation or that's been carefully stored away, is far more valuable than a coin that's been heavily used. If you happen to find a 1996 quarter in mint or uncirculated condition, it could be worth a significant amount more than you might imagine. Coins that are well preserved, without signs of wear and tear, are always in demand. Collectors are constantly searching for coins in the best condition because they are rare and offer a level of beauty that makes them appealing to those who appreciate the artistry of coinage. If you have a 1996 quarter that has been carefully protected and is in outstanding condition, you might be holding onto a coin that could fetch an impressive price. So, let's get to the real question: what is the value of a 1996 quarter dollar? Well, if you happen to have one of these rare coins with an error or in pristine condition, you could be looking at an incredible payday. The value of a 1996 quarter dollar with the right characteristics, such as an error or exceptional condition, could be worth as much as $70,000. That's right, $70,000. For a single quarter, a coin that you might have never thought twice about could potentially be worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's incredible how much a small error or a well-preserved coin can increase in value over time. So, if you've got a collection of old coins or come across a 1996 quarter dollar, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for any signs of minting errors, check its condition, and see if it has any unique characteristics that could make it stand out from the rest. You might just be holding onto a rare gem that could change your financial future. Thank you for watching today's video on the United States 1996 quarter dollar. I hope this has inspired you to take a closer look at the coins you have, and maybe even start searching for those hidden treasures in your collection. Top 5 1979 today, we're diving into a coin that could be sitting in your collection, and it might be worth a lot more than you think. We're talking about the 1979 United States quarter dollar, a coin that, at first glance, seems like just another piece of pocket change. But trust me, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this 1979 quarter could be worth. Let's take a quick trip back to 1979. The United States was in the midst of a changing world. It was the tail end of the 1970s, a time of economic uncertainty with rising inflation and energy crises, yet the country was also seeing significant advancements in technology and culture. It was a unique time in history, and the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins for circulation, including the 1979 quarter dollar. For most people, the 1979 quarter seems like a standard coin. It features the iconic profile of George Washington on the front, a design that's been around since 1932. The reverse showcases the majestic eagle, a symbol of American strength and freedom. Nothing unusual, right? Well, while the design of the coin remained the same, there's something special about the 1979 quarter that makes it stand out in the world of coin collecting. During the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint was working hard to keep up with the demand for coins as the country's population grew. Millions of quarters were minted, and most of them were used in everyday transactions. But here's the catch: amidst all this production, some of these 1979 quarters were struck with a mistake, and these errors are what make the coin valuable today. Now, let's talk about those minting errors. These aren't just minor imperfections. Some 1979 quarters were struck with double dies, meaning the design was imprinted on the coin more than once, causing the images to overlap. If you look closely at a 1979 quarter with a double die error, you'll notice that the letters and details seem to have a doubled appearance. It's a clear sign of a mistake during the minting process, and in the world of coin collectors, these mistakes are worth a lot, but that's not all. The 1979 quarter is also a favorite for collectors because of its potential for other rare features. Misaligned dies, die cracks, or other types of minting inconsistencies can also occur. These unique features are highly sought after by those who collect error coins, as they represent a piece of history that stands apart from the standard coinage of the era. Aside from the errors, condition is another key factor in determining how much a 1979 quarter could be worth. Like all coins, the condition of the quarter plays a huge role in its value. A quarter that has been in circulation for years and shows signs of wear and tear, like scratches, discoloration, or dents, will only be worth its face value of 25 cents. But a 1979 quarter that has been carefully stored and preserved in mint or near mint condition is worth far more. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are in the best condition, as these coins are rare and more valuable. If you happen to find a 1979 quarter that looks like it's just come fresh from the U.S. Mint, shiny, uncirculated, and free from any damage, you could be holding onto something truly special. So, now you're probably wondering, how much is this 1979 quarter dollar actually worth? If you find one with an error, like a double die or other minting irregularity, or if it's in perfect, uncirculated condition, the value could be far beyond 25 cents. In fact, a 1979 quarter with these rare features could be worth as much as $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000. It's incredible to think that a coin from 1979, something that might have been tucked away in a jar or just overlooked for years, could be worth such an impressive amount. The rarity of these coins, combined with the desirability of their minting errors in perfect condition, makes them a collector's dream. That if you've got a collection of old coins or you find a 1979 quarter, don't just let it sit there. Take the time to inspect it carefully. Look for any signs of minting errors, check the condition, and see if it could be one of those rare coins that could make you a fortune. Thank you so much for watching today's video on the United States 1979 quarter dollar. I hope this has opened your eyes to the potential value of this coin. Top 6 1983 United States quarter dollar, a coin that might just be sitting in your collection right now. At first glance, this quarter might look like any other, but trust me, there's a lot more to it than you think. By the end of this video, you'll be blown away by how much this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth. Let's take a quick look back at 1983. The early 80s were a time of economic challenge in the United States, as the country was still recovering from the 1970s inflation crisis. President Ronald Reagan was in office, and America was beginning to shift gears into a new era of economic recovery and prosperity. Amidst this period of change, the U.S. Mint was producing coins, including the quarter dollar, which was a vital part of the American economy. But what sets the 1983 quarter apart from others? The design of the 1983 quarter dollar is pretty standard for quarters of the time. On the obverse, you'll see the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which has graced the quarter since 1932. The reverse shows the majestic eagle, symbolizing strength, freedom, and patriotism. It's a beautiful and timeless design, but it's not the design itself that makes this coin so valuable, it's the potential for minting errors and unique characteristics that can significantly increase its worth. You see, while millions of 1983 quarters were minted, some were struck with imperfections that have caught the eye of coin collectors. Minting errors are one of the main reasons why certain coins can command such high prices in the market. Errors like double dies, misalignments, and other flaws make certain coins stand out as rare and collectible items. For example, one of the most valuable features of a 1983 quarter dollar is the presence of a double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing the images to overlap and become doubled. When you inspect a 1983 quarter with this error closely, you'll notice that the details, like the letters and numbers, appear to be doubled, giving the coin a unique and distinct appearance. This error can make a coin exponentially more valuable to collectors, and it's one of the key reasons why 1983 quarters are in such high demand. But the double die isn't the only error that can make a 1983 quarter stand out. Some of these coins have been found with die cracks, misaligned dies, or other small inconsistencies that happen during the minting process. These unique imperfections are what make error coins so fascinating to collectors, and they often come with a significant price tag. Now, it's important to mention that condition plays a major role in determining how much a 1983 quarter can be worth. If you happen to have a coin that's in excellent or near mint condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, it could be worth much more than a well-worn quarter that's been in circulation for years. Coins that are in pristine condition are always in high demand because they're rare, and collectors pay a premium for coins that have been well preserved. The fact is, most 1983 quarters were used in daily transactions, which means they've been exposed to wear and tear. A coin that has been kept in mint condition, however, is a rare find. So, if you happen to have a 1983 quarter that has been carefully stored or passed down through generations in pristine shape, it could be a valuable treasure. But you're probably wondering, what's the actual value of a 1983 quarter dollar? Well, it depends on the specific coin and its features. A standard 1983 quarter is still worth just 25 cents. But if you have one that features a rare minting error like a double die or other unique flaw and it's in great condition, you could be looking at a coin worth a small fortune. In fact, a 1983 quarter dollar with the right characteristics could be worth as much as $72,000. Yes, you heard that right, $72,000. Imagine that $72,000 for a coin that you might have casually overlooked. It's incredible to think that a small mistake during the minting process or a coin that's been carefully preserved could fetch such a high price. This is why it's so important to keep an eye out for any potential rare coins in your collection. So, if you've got a pile of old coins lying around, or if you've come across a 1983 quarter, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Examine it for any minting errors, check its condition, and see if it might have any of the unique features that make it valuable. You never know, you could be sitting on a coin worth thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching today's video. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the 1983 United States quarter dollar and its potential worth. If you liked this video and want to discover more hidden gems in the world of coin collecting, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest discoveries. Who knows what other valuable coins are waiting to be uncovered in your collection? Until next time, happy collecting, and good luck on your coin hunting adventures.